Ever heard the saying, don't judge a book by its cover? Of course you have, right? Many of us have even had a moment of realization where we truly understood what the saying means. Well, for me, I finally had a real experience of what this means in high school. Back then, I had a friend who was smaller and younger looking than kids within his age range. It's easy to assume he wouldn't be as strong as other teenage boys because of his size, but that impression changed when he busted 4 bullies all on his own. We were all shocked. This story also rings true for the Kangal. They are adorable creatures, but behind that mask lies a strength like nothing you've ever seen. So if you're curious about why the Kangal is considered the strongest dog breed, you're in the right place. Today at Dogs Wiz, we're gonna give you details and we'll let you know just how strong Kangals are and whether they are indeed the strongest dog breed. So without further ado, let's get started. Their brief history. The Kangal, also known as the Anatolian Shepherd, is a dog breed that was first developed in Turkey. They were used primarily to protect sheep and other livestock from predators like wolves, bears, and boars. Looking at their cute faces, you may wonder why these predators would be scared of them. Well, those who have experienced the true strength of a Kangal have probably never lived to tell the story. It's a good thing we're here to tell you all about it. But before we get into that, let's discuss their general features and characteristics. Weirdly, these features also contribute to their strength. The first thing we'll be considering is their temperament. Funny enough, Kangal fighting videos often paint the picture that they are an aggressive breed, but that is far from the truth. This breed is surprisingly calm and in control. They don't get intimidated easily. You'll find out that they are not typically aggressive. They only look that way in videos because their owners think it makes them look cool. That is why you can't trust everything you see on the internet. Also, Kangals are the most loyal dogs you'll ever meet. They're more of companions than pets. They're usually in tune with their owner's emotions. They always have their guard up and are ready to protect. As for their health, they are incredibly healthy and have a long lifespan. Most Kangals you'll meet have an average lifespan of 15 years. This is because they're an ancient breed that hasn't been subjected to unhealthy breeding practices. Kangals are often bred naturally, meaning that they often choose their own mates. No wonder they're so strong. Another thing you'd love to know about Kangal is that they're independent. Unlike border collies or doodles, they're not needy at all. A little pat on the back and a few hugs and they're good to go. They'll jump on your lap if they need attention, but that only happens sometimes. In fact, they'll want you to leave them alone 90% of the time as long as their basic needs like food, water, and exercise are met. If you're merely looking for a low-maintenance companion, this sounds like the perfect dog breed to choose from. But before you get sucked in by these wonderful qualities, you might first want to consider their strength. We'll describe the breed's strength by looking at its bite force and comparing it to other animals. So how strong is a Kangal? Well, an animal's bite force indicates just how strong its bite is. Generally, a bite force is measured in pounds per square inch, or PSI for short. For Kangals, theirs is a whopping 743 PSI. No doubt about this. This is not the strongest bite force among all animals, but it's definitely the strongest of any other dog breed. Compared to other animals like the American alligator, which has a bite force of 2125 PSI, or a bull shark with a bite force of 1350 PSI, a Kangal's bite force is not that high, but don't let that fool you. A Kangal has a surprisingly higher bite force than a lion. Yep, a lion's bite is only as strong as 650 PSI. That's about 100 PSIs less than a Kangal's. Now what does this all mean? A Kangal has a strong bite, which is in fact much more powerful than that of the king of the jungle. Now with all I've said, I'm sure you'll be wondering whether their bite is strong enough to break a human bone. Well, it depends on the bone. A Kangal's bite may not be strong enough to break a strong bone like the human femur, but it can break smaller bones like the ones in the fingers and hands. Even with this, a bone isn't likely to break from a Kangal merely biting down on it. It needs to be more aggressive for that to happen. Surely, just because you might not get any broken bones does not mean you won't still sustain some damage from one Kangal bite. There'll probably be major bruising, or you might even bleed from it. But don't worry, a Kangal does not typically attack unless you provoke them. They only attack predators and people they view as a threat. So the big question now is it okay to have them as a pet? Naturally, it would be advisable to get another dog breed if you're looking for a pet because they'll be less dangerous. But they're also known to be patient and loyal toward their human friends. So if you train and socialize them well, you shouldn't have any problem keeping them as pets. So what do you think about the Kangal? Did the information about their strength scare you off? Or are you still okay with getting them as a pet? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching.